Radcast News. Hey guys, Ryan Alford, your host of the Radcast.
You're listening to the Radcast.
If it's radical, we cover it. Here is Ryan and Reiley.
Here's your host, Ryan Alford.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the latest edition of the Radcast. It's Friday, January 29th, 2021, and I hope you are doing well listening to us on Apple, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you are in the world, whatever platform you're on. We're glad to have you here on a Friday, and as always, I'm joined by Miss Reiley Clark.
Hello, how are you today?
Doing well, Reiley.
Good.
It's good to be on here. Reiley's both our producer and my cohort here on Friday News Edition. So
Yes.
It's good to have you, Reiley. And hopefully you purchased GameStop stock on Monday and not today on Friday. I'm hoping you cashed in. You sold and cashed in.
No, I was the smart one that did it months ago when I had the insider trading scoop
Yeah,
about
right.
it, and I went ahead and did all of this already.
Okay,
So I was
yeah.
that person that was way ahead of the game. No, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. This is happening, but super cool that it's happening too. I love the memes that are coming from this. They're absolutely making my heart filled with joy.
It's quite funny. You know, we're living in times where the suits are and the if you've got something to hide or something, it's coming out, you know. And,
Seriously.
it's not so. It's a little bit of cancel culture, but more just we're gonna beat the man, you know.
Absolutely. And it's more of people just being upset and frustrated that higher level people can do this. So why can't anyone else do this, you know? And that's a whole different dynamic that's come into play. And here we are.
Exactly. I'm just a little mad that my Robinhood account isn't looking better than it is because I didn't, get on this early. I don't know.
Right.
I'm doing my day job and it's not stock trading, but
I know. I feel like we get cheat codes though, because one of the guys that work in the office with us, he's into stock trading. So sometimes I feel like, especially this week, everyone's been at his desk. Have you noticed that everyone's at his
probably
desk?
asking him what's going on. Should I buy? Should I
Yeah,
sell?
what should I do?
I did notice before we started this, it seems to be headed the other way, so it seems to be catching back up. But I'm sure it made a few millionaires if anyone bought and sold quickly, or I don't know how it all works other than the big guys being pissed because the way they normally manipulate the market didn't seem to be working out. So we'll see how it goes. But it's been a good week. We had a great guest on Tuesday, Will Ahmed of Whoop Fitness Trackers, the most advanced fitness tracker in the world, I dare say. Was really great. And as I sit here and stare at mine, and every time I look down at mine, it's like an accountability tool. It's like I look at it and I go, all right, what's my resting heart rate, my HRV? I need to get my app out and track my sleep. But, Will was awesome. And if you haven't listened to that episode, definitely go check it out.
Yeah, that was a really cool episode. There's a lot that Whoop is doing as a brand, and then just what it's doing for a health perspective, especially with the whole COVID piece. I know we talked about this last week, but if you haven't gotten a chance to listen to the episode, he really goes into that and how it's supposed to help track your respiratory rates and all that kind of stuff, and great stuff. So we're excited for that episode. And then Tuesday's episode, we have a release with just talking about Clubhouse, which super timely conversation, and that will be a great episode, and that will come out on Tuesday of next week.
Yeah, so Mike Ham came on. He was the guy that we've started following on Clubhouse, active. He's in title insurance, which I learned more about than I ever have, but he's a real dynamic guy and fun. We talked it up about the opportunity of Clubhouse, and I am on the fence about where this is going long term. I feel like short term, you should be there. You should be on it. We're on it. We're learning from it. There's a lot of network to be done, but I think it might be a fad. I'm not sure. I just my crystal ball thinks that maybe people won't be doing 7 hours of Clubhouse in a year, but maybe, I don't know.
It's very time consuming. It's a great point because it is a very time consuming thing, but it's super cool, the networking capabilities and obviously who you're
There's so many real people in there now, and the quality is good still. I think it might get watered down as more people get on, but when you can get on any forum and not know, and Grant Cardone or Gary Vee or whoever, like guys that you aren't normally going to have direct talking access to, and especially if you got a startup or an idea or something that you can soundboard. I see the validity of the channel, but it just seems like quite the investment of time that maybe that it might be waning as the quality goes down, which I think it might. And so we'll see. And that's less I'm more of a take advantage while you can.
Right.
So I would get on it now and see where it goes. But it's going to be interesting when they start monetizing it and you have to pay to get into rooms. It's going to be like one room's pay, one room's not. Like no one's going to want to pay, so people are going to give it away. I don't know. I think it has the opportunity to be huge.
Absolutely.
But I think it has the opportunity to be a fad too, and I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But it's fun, and great episode on Tuesday with Mike Ham.
Absolutely. And then as far as other things going on around the company, we have merchandise for the Radcast, and we'll link those in the show notes. So if you want some really cool rad gear, we have a bunch of stuff for you that's super cool.
If you're watching the video, you see a t-shirt now, game-changing content.
Yes.
Got a lot of fun stuff, playing off the notion of, we are a marketing and advertising podcast. So we've got some fun stuff related to that. So if you're in the ad game or in the marketing business, you should relate to it. If not, it just looks cool. So we'll keep linking to some of that as we get it out on ryanalford.com and the radcast.com, which we are updating the website right now. The Radcast websites, taking a revamp, which is going to really bring together all of the content so that when you go into an episode, you get to see the video, the clips, everything's kind of tied together. The audio, the video, the clips, dare say maybe even blogs from it, written content from the piece, which will be probably a secondary phase of that. But we'll have all the merchandise there, lots of stuff going on with it. And, we've had some exciting things going on at Radical. We've got a new capability to date. Digital marketing, doing targeting, things like that. It's been audience-based that you do for interest or behaviors when you're targeting people online, especially when you're doing acquisition growth, not first-party or CRM type growth. But you were kind of limited if you're on Facebook or programmatic or any of these platforms. You have to go after them based off of interests or things like that. But you don't really know where they are in the purchase cycle, if they're ready to make a purchase, or you might be interested in shoes. Like I'm interested in boots, and you can find people that are interested in fashion. But that doesn't mean that they're necessarily interested today because you don't know where they are. And historically, search marketing, pay-per-click, where you enter a keyword, boots for sale near me, or fashion boots, or Ralph Lauren boots, or Louis Vuitton boots, whatever that might be. That was really the only way to get that intent data. Someone that's actively in market was pretty much relegated to search or pay-per-click. Highly competitive, it's expensive. But what we now have the capability to do with the data source that we now have is to retarget people that do searches so that we can actually hit them anywhere on the internet. Facebook, connected TV, in the feed of a website they're streaming through. So if they've done a search for Louis Vuitton boots, we can retarget them across the internet. And so that has really democratized that search data, really up and coming advanced feature. And so that's been exciting. We're rolling out for a few clients, and really excited for the opportunities because it should really increase sales and purchase behavior for a lot of our clients.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Fun. Techie. It's fun. It's kind of whiz bang stuff, but I like that stuff, and we're having fun with it. So it'll be cool as we roll it out for more and more clients.
Yeah, no, super cool.
Yeah. So I think that's everything, but here's Reiley with the news.
So today's first topic is Walmart is trying to get in the game as the top 10 ad seller, I should say. You totally saw this article.
Yep.
I'd love for you to take it away and share kind of where this came from.
Well, no different than if you think about Amazon now. Some people may know this or don't know this, but you think of Amazon being the place where you buy a ton of stuff. They've aggregated all these things. They've made it super easy. But Amazon is actually one of the largest ad platforms in the country now because people that are selling on Amazon are buying ads to be placed when you do searches.
Right.
So like when you do those searches, we'll stick with the boots analogy since I've been on the boots thing.
It's appropriate. It's winter. I mean, keep going.
So if you do a boot search, to get high up in those listings, is an algorithm of sorts, but it's also with ad placement. So you buy to be a part of that. You run ads across the Amazon network. There's a lot of different monetization they do with ad selling. Well, Walmart's getting into that game with all the data that they have with between e-commerce, in-store, shopper data, and they're creating their own platform called Walmart Connect so that you can run ads across their in-store screens. Because if you go into a store now, there's actually screens throughout the store. You've got little kiosk screens. You go up to a product that you like, an end cap screen. There's screens throughout the door and at the shopping aisle when you get to check out. There'll be little videos playing on different things, and so you can buy ads if you're selling product within the store. You can run ads. I guess you can run ads whether you're in the store or not, but throughout all that ad network. And then it's a data source. They have so much data on so many customers. They're going to use that in a consumer friendly way. A lot of the privacy rules will be intact, so I'm sure they're in touch with all of those guidelines, especially with cookies going away and different things.
Right.
But they're going to be a huge player in the ad space game just based on their scale, volume, and they're partnering with one of the largest kind of DSP aggregators. So it's going to be big news for the digital world and yet another place, and the big get bigger.
No, right. Well, we're going to continue talking about Walmart here because Coca Cola is starting an initiative as well where they are teaming up with, they're partnering, I should say, with Walmart, and they're sending drones out, and they did this in Coffee County, Georgia, which I think is very funny, very appropriate for what Coca Cola was, their product they're promoting. Anyway, they're sending drones from this Walmart and then taking the new product to, places in homes, single family homes in this county in Georgia. And great initiative. I kind of like this, the way the guy was making this sound. It's like a dairy-free product.
Right.
And so a lot of the ready-to-drink coffees are dairy based or they have too much sugar or whatever it is. So this is a really cool thing that I kind of am excited to try. Although I just don't know how I really feel about that Coke and coffee combination.
I know that's one thing
kind of odd,
that's kind of odd. Like between the gimmick of the drone and coffee and Coke, I like Coke. I mean, I'm a Coke Zero guy when I do drink it just because I don't want the calories. But few things I like more than a good Coke Zero. And if I'm splurging, a good Coca Cola Classic. It's hard to beat a Coke. But coffee and Coke don't necessarily match in my brain of taste. But, we'll see. Hopefully it does better than Coke Energy. And then the whole drone thing, how long have they been talking about drones delivering goods to your door?
I know. It's been several years.
So this feels, like a PR gimmick, which... fine, we're all good for a good PR gimmick that drives advertising and marketing. Not gonna slap the hands that feeds us here. We're also known for a good awareness gimmick, so not knocking it, but it's like, okay, all right, the drone and coffee Coke, it's gonna be a no for me, dog, on coffee Coke, but maybe they know something I don't. They have product and development teams much smarter than us.
How about this? I'll let you know how it tastes, and then we can go from there. Because I know I'm going to have to try this, especially if there's no dairy in this. Because this is just going to be something. I'm such a big coffee drinker. I'm going to have to get on this one.
But nobody's drank Coke Energy either. Like they talked about it. They was on the Super Bowl last year, spending how much. Now it's like here's how I've known. I'm an energy drink guy, and I go to the gas station, and I've got my normal players in line, and I go to the same gas station, and I'm getting mine, and I've noticed the diminishing role of Coke Energy on the energy drink aisle. It was last year about this time. Oh man, they must have paid for highest placement. It was right there in the center of where my aisle. I didn't buy it. I tasted it once, and it was like, no thanks, dog. But it was right there in my. It slowly went down the rack, and now it's positioned like above the chocolate milks. Like it's on the
That's insane.
The land of misfit toys of energy drinks. Like
that's insane.
And I've noticed how.
Well, we all know the story of the island of misfit toys, though. Yeah, they came back.
Yeah, well, and it's officially for sale at. It's Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree is where products go to die. and their Coke Energy is for sale at Dollar Tree, you're in trouble. So it means they're already closing it out. I think it's going bye-bye. So we'll see if Coke Coffee can stick around a little longer.
Well, yeah, I hope it can, because this is.
If it's in the Super Bowl, it might be
Right.
a kiss of death. I don't know.
Well, speaking of the Super Bowl, so TikTok, the NFL recruited Miley Cyrus to be a part of a TikTok tailgate, which, that just sounds awesome, and I would love to make that a new theater lineup, what you have to say before you start your theater classes. But TikTok tailgate.
TikTok tailgate. Triple T's.
Miley Cyrus is going to be delivering exclusive video content that's going to be streamed live for a 2-hour event on TikTok. So it's going to obviously go through CBS as well, since that's where the game will be broadcast from. But the content that's coming on TikTok is just exclusive to TikTok. Other creators will be involved, and it'll be a super cool initiative. And obviously, she's promoting Plastic Hearts, which came out in November. So that's super cool. She's doing all of that.
What exactly is it? Maybe I don't know. I know we skim some of these things. We catch the headlines. We want to share it.
Right.
Do we know what exactly is she doing in the tailgate? Do we know?
I think it's something that we'll find out when it happens.
Okay, so they're keeping some of it secret.
Yeah.
Exactly what the TikTok tailgate, Miley Cyrus, because that could go a lot of different directions with Miley Cyrus.
No, that's true. That's why I'm
she's
wondering
kinda wild.
If this is the exclusivity
she's a wild child.
of it.
I remember when that album came out, and just the artwork of her wrecking ball, and she can come hard or come soft. She's got a lot of depth to her, I would dare say.
Yes.
Being an actress first and foremost, right? On
Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana. I mean, what now? I mean, not saying she won any Emmys or anything, but someone's going, oh, but she did win the Child Guilds Award. Whatever.
Yeah, I actually think I'm be honest, I will be that person this time. I actually do think she's won a couple that Kids Choice Awards, that kind of stuff.
I remember the show a little bit from it was the very big. I think she was kind of going off when my very youngest was not totally in that, so it was really brief.
Okay.
And I thought she was okay. Some of these guys are not good, but she's pretty well rounded in her acting, and she's a good singer. I mean, I like her pop stuff.
Absolutely.
I liked Wrecking Ball when it came out. I like poppy stuff.
Oh, for sure. And I liked her rendition of Zombie that came out a couple months ago when she did the live performance to help musicians. That was incredible. And if you have not heard her sing that song, oh my gosh. I mean, her voice is perfect for that song.
She's a good singer.
She's a great singer.
Hey, look, Billy Ray Cyrus is her dad. I mean, achy breaky heart.
And Noah Cyrus is her sister. And Noah Cyrus does incredible work too. They're both very musical, insanely
I was a little surprised.
family.
She was off my radar, and I'm, a 43-year-old dude with 4 boys. Doesn't mean she's not pop culture anymore. She's probably always going to be pop culture, but
Right.
She was off my radar of visibility. So I was like, is she still? I guess she'll always be a thing, but I just didn't know if I saw this and what's her relevance now? And I guess according to you, she's still banging.
She's still relevant. She's still out there and kicking and just being her badass self. So I'm here for that. And then our last topic for today, Budweiser is skipping their ad portion of the game. They're not doing the traditional ad, but they do have an initiative called The Bigger Picture, and it's a short documentary basically about the frontline workers who have received the vaccine and just their effort. Great, obviously, for a lot of reasons. It's a great spot because you're obviously addressing the seriousness of COVID, and you're also giving a big thank you from Budweiser to all the heroes that
you're
are in
talking
our
millions
day.
of dollars. They probably had at least 2 spots going, so that's probably $10-15 million at least. That's no small donation, and it's a brilliant brand play from my standpoint. Budweiser's been a mainstay in the Super Bowl since forever.
37 years.
Yeah, and so it's and if there's ever a year, it's again. I think viewership will be where it normally is. So it's but to get this PR play, and it's the right time, the right place, it feels really smart to me for them. And I'm sure they don't need anyone else kind of validating that, but I think it just feels right, and it's both. Yeah, it's a self-serving from a standpoint of recognition, but at the same time, this isn't it's $10,000. I mean, this is $10-15 million at least, that they're giving, and for the impressions that they get. So I know there's a PR expert, someone on their team is doing this math, what the impressions they're getting from the PR play versus what they get with Super Bowl. And look, the Super Bowl is ridiculous, the amount of volume you get and impressions and scale and reach and all that, and all those media things. So, but I think well played, Budweiser.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. No, but those are our topics for this week. And again, we just want to definitely say thank you to everyone who's listening. It means a lot to have your all's listeners and just everything you all are doing for us. So we'll definitely get some merch out to you guys. And look, it'll be in the episode notes, so definitely make sure to check it out there.
Yeah, we'll do some giveaways as well.
Absolutely.
We've got some samples in, and we're making sure we're happy with everything that we put together. So we'll get some giveaways on the socials channels.
Yeah, all the blah, blah, blah.
all those places.
It's Friday. Come on. No, just kidding.
Cut us a break. It's the end of the week. No, but we do appreciate everyone wherever you're listening. And do us a favor. Leave us a review on Apple. Tell one of your friends about us. Tell, someone that, we're the greatest in I mean, hey, let's keep it real. Whatever you want to do. But yeah, share the love. And, we do appreciate everyone. And we hope everyone has a great weekend, no matter when you listen. This might be 2 years from now. It might be 2023 when you hear this episode, because you never know.
That sounds futuristic.
I know. Whew. It does feel like January 29th, 2021. I'm like, oh so God, weird. Will Rogers, in this deep space here. Nope, just normal. We're not cars are not flying yet. If you're in a flying car listening to this in 2027 or 31, because it's possible. Think about it. This is going on to live forever.
It's technically true.
So you might be listening to it in a flying car, but no matter what, we'll digress. We really appreciate you. And you know where to find us, theradcast.com and at the.rad.cast on Instagram. And Miss Clark, we'll see you next time.
Yeah. See you guys. Have a great weekend.